So let's talk about customer value proposition. This term is very much prevalent in the marketing arena in particular and for business as well. So we need to understand this term, and for understanding this terminology, that is a customer value proposition, we need to define it in a very precise manner. So what is customer value proposition? Customer value proposition is a set of promises that is directed towards a target. It can be a consumer or it can be a prospect, against the various alternatives that the target has, and is backed up by reason to believe. So now let us understand this term, and there are several elements. So we will discuss each elements, right? So there is a promise that an organization provides to its customer, and based on this promise, customer makes a commitment. It can be commitment for the efforts that the customer invests, or before a purchase, a commitment thereafter is on the economical matters. So it requires a commitment, and for commitment to happen, it's just like a marriage. If you say that you are going to marry, so there is a commitment, there is a promise, right? So similarly, here also, there is a set of promises, right? That this is what your expectations that you set. And these promises can also be related to the set of benefits. So what you promise is about the benefits. And now these benefits can be on various accounts. It can be benefit on economical front. So maybe you are providing a benefit of a lower price to a customer, or maybe your price is high, but then the overall cost of ownership, right? So over a lifetime of a product, customer is going to benefit. So that is the economical. Second is about the functional or the functionalities. So maybe it offers a better convenience to the customer, right? And the third thing is about the emotion, because there is attachment, and this attachment is not only based on the functional or the economical parameters, but emotional parameters in certain product category becomes very prominent. So there are three things. So we talked about the three benefits. Now when you design a customer value proposition, it is important to look into the customer pain points, to go dive deep into the customer, what is his life is all about, what is his life in terms of a connection of a product or a substitute is all about. What are the problems that a customer is facing, right? And customer, here you are going to get an insights from a customer about the problem, and what you can do is to offer a solution, how it helps to solve his or her problems, right? Next element is about the target. Who is your target? So when we consider the target, we need to incorporate the attitude, the behavior, the preferences, the way the customer is into the demographics, right? And when we, maybe for the same customer again, there can be different context, different situation. So here is a target, and target, when you consider target, you need to profile your customer. Once you profile your customer, you also need to consider for what kind of situation that customer is looking for a product or a service or a kind of a solution, right? And when customer chooses your product, before choosing, there are three options which may be available. Maybe he is using a competing product and is fine with that, and now it's your job to convert to your fold. Or a customer is very much happy, with the status quo. He doesn't want to change. So here you have to provide that this is the kind of a value and it makes sense to undertake a change. So that sensible, customer should understand the sensibility here, right? And then there can be a third thing, that customer is already using your product. So you are going to transcend him to the next level of your product, or you are coming out with a new version, right, which you claim that it is a better version than the earlier one, and it makes sense for a customer to shift to a newer version. Now, having done that, still customer may not accept this. So you need to provide reasons to believe, you need to provide supports. And what kind of supports that you can provide? You can provide a support which is very important for him, maybe in terms of certain parameters, or that is not enough. Then you can provide a third party kind of indicators, which again brings this claim to you, and customer is likely to shift because he gives importance to the third party claim. And the third is, it can be any kind of a quality parameter that you set, or it can be another customer testimonial, which can give a confidence to this kind of a customer. So that's what, in a nutshell, is customer value proposition is all about.